and Puerto Rican. So you're not white? No?
Yeah.
And you wearing some MAGA? Oh, come on. Mexicans for MAGA is like KFC for chickens. I will vote for Donald Trump.
Aries Spears told it like it is here. Now,
if you were a conservative, crazy white person, who would you have perform at your halftime Super Bowl show?
Taylor Swift.
Ellen!
I know.
Kid Rock.
Who would you think the conservative... That's it. They just love Taylor Swift.
They love Taylor Swift, bro.
Justin Timberlake.
I also despise Justin Timberlake. Is he the worst?
He from where I'm from, so.
with MAGA doing this,
Some Americans are still upset at the NFL's decision to book Bad Bunny for the Super Bowl halftime show. And now there will be some counter programming. Turning Point USA says it is hosting a separate event called the All-American Halftime Show to directly compete with Bad Bunny's performance. On their website, they ask what music genres people want to see during the show, naming rock, hip-hop, country pop, or, quote, anything in English, because Bad Bunny tends to perform in Spanish.
I think the issue that Turning Point America has is he has criticized Trump and Trump's immigration policies. So they are offering something else. It will most likely be a country music act. That would be my guess, something out of Nashville. You have people like Kid Rock or Jason Aldean who have been very vocal in their support for Trump. Yeah. So, and we do know that Turning Point USA has a $100 million war chest to play with.
let's be clear about what this is.
This is not Christianity. This is not being religious. This is not practicing your faith appropriately. This is blatant racism. Now, the irony of this advertisement just will never cease to amaze me. It's an all-American halftime show. Bad Bunny is a United States citizen. He's Puerto Rican. He's a United States citizen. Can we all understand that? And that's why I say that this is just blatant racism, because you literally have someone who is a citizen of the United States of America, and that's not good enough.
TikTok user Talking to Tequila. Great name. Not hating. Spot on with her analysis, because, look, that's exactly what it is. Blatant is also the appropriate word choice here.
Now, this really doesn't surprise me. Turning Point still needs to grift money and the cash cow is gone. So seeing people pretend to be upset about the Super Bowl halftime show has them putting together a DEI halftime show. Now, I am anxious to see the lineup for this. This could be pretty funny. I mean, who they going to get that anyone's actually heard of? Kid Rock's available. I know he's not busy. Lee Greenwood could come up there and sing God Bless the USA 5 times in a row. Now, I wonder if it's just going to be online or if they'll actually have an audience. If they have an audience, I'm sure measles and COVID will make an appearance. Also, it should just be called the DEI halftime show, because the actual halftime show is at the Super Bowl. Halftime shows are at the venue. Whoever they select didn't earn it. Couldn't get on an actual halftime show. So, call it what it is. DEI.
I'm not sure how many artists they plan to have for this halftime show, but I know that there's probably going to be at least 2. Jason Aldean will likely be there because nothing says all-American more than cheating on your wife or dressing in blackface for Halloween and then gaslighting people into thinking that it was just a funny joke. Kid Rock is also someone I'm fairly certain will be there because, again, only in America can you be invited to the Oval Office after using racial slurs and waving a gun at a journalist in an interview. Lastly, once again, I will remind you that Puerto Rico is a part of the United States, and I cannot wait for this halftime show.
All very good points. And for those who do not know a pinch of Benito's lyricism, you need to listen in. In Compositor del Año, Bunny raps via translations, "The haters don't feel my day was pretty, but it was damaged by a hand-to-hand shot by a white man." This is a reference to the Kenosha, Wisconsin shooting. And a Mama Beach Show president Who doesn't give a blank? Reference to Trumpito, of course. Black Lives Matter. R.I.P. Kobe Bryant. 2020 and racism is worse than COVID. A black guy with a gun, he's already a quote-unquote criminal. But a white man carries one, and they say it's a hobby. What happened, Christians? Jesus is not looking anymore? Or is it that you're waiting for him to look away for you to sin? I do have values. Those do not expire. They're hurt by the truth, so they prefer the lies. But Little Richard has always been better than Elvis Presley. He continues, and baby boomers have not been babies for a long time. Women don't come from a man's rib. It's us who come from their pelvis. They're arguing because I got Songwriter of the Year, the title of the song, but not for what actually hurt us. For God's sake, lady, there are more important things than criticizing the achievements of a singer, like encouraging the youth to be voters and get rid of those who effed us up. I put my people above my career, but there's always a dummy that treats us like ignorance. More important things like fighting for immigrants' rights. Like how yesterday another bastard murdered his lover. Like the American dream exists until you wake up. And it's effed up how they don't let you breathe, and that a badge is a license to kill, but being white is what makes you lethal, and that being black is what makes you a target. Hey, it's easy to shoot, and it's effed up how you run the risk of being R-worded just by going to church to pray. That's worse than sinning, and I cannot stop it. In La Mundaza, the outro reads as follows: no one will kick me out of here. I'm not going anywhere. Tell them this is my home, where my grandfather was born. No one will kick me out of here. I'm not going anywhere. Tell them this is my home, where my grandfather was born. I'm from Puerto effing Rico. Teen Vogue's Sarah Delgado writes, in track 11, Turista, Bad Bunny sings about heartbreak while also subtly denouncing uninformed mass tourism. The song's chorus translates to, in my life you were a tourist. You only saw the best of me and not when I was suffering. You left without knowing the why, the reason for my wound, and they weren't yours to heal. You came to have a good time, and we had a good time. And here's the thing, those are only a few examples. We have seen what Beyonce did for the Super Bowl halftime show. We have seen what Shakira and Jennifer Lopez did for the halftime show. We saw how Kendrick really took the mantle for messaging for the same show. I expect Bad Bunny to go all in. And I also expect Turning Point USA to go all in, which, by the way, do not watch. Watch it on TikTok. I'm imploring you. Not on their official TikTok. Watch it on a different TikTok so they don't get the views. Watch it on someone else's live who is going to be streaming it to show how pathetic it is. Do that. Do not give them the views. Do not give them the attention. I will also state this, lastly. For those who did not listen to Bad Bunny's last album, which was tremendous, please do so. You're at the gym, like me, and you have an hour to kill, listen to it. You're on the treadmill, lifting, taking your dog for a walk, listen to it. And then go look up the meanings behind each song. I've only given you a few. And Compositor del Año was not on that album. And that song, weirdly, can only be found on YouTube and I think SoundCloud, not on streaming services. There is so much behind his lyrics, and frankly, I am overjoyed at this selection, even though I absolutely despise what Jay-Z and Rock Nation did to Colin Kaepernick and the protests. This is going to be a sight to behold, and I really can't wait to see what they have in store.